Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to Book It, and today we are going to be kicking off a week of 5 stars. So to start off the 2025 year, I thought I should do an entire week dedicated to 5-star books that I read last year, but I'm finally reviewing them this year. So all the books that are in this series I read in 2024, but I'm reviewing in 2025. So don't know where those go on my thing, but we're going to go ahead and kick it off with the first book in our 5-star week, which is You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. Holy crap, this book. Not what I expected. I picked it up because I honestly thought it was the book that's like Across the Lake by Riley something. I grabbed the wrong one, so I didn't mean to grab this one by Geneva Rose. I had read The Perfect Marriage by her, but I haven't read anything else yet. The Perfect Marriage and then One of Us is Dead I haven't read yet, but I went ahead and picked this up and was like, well, I might as well read it. Holy shit. This book, so good. I read it and I will recommend this book to everyone. Whether you like thrillers or not, or psychological thrillers or not, this is great. So it basically takes place about a girl who goes on a trip by herself to get away from her corporate life and focus more on like herself and like, you know, just kind of wants to get away from the hustle and bustle of every day. And I get that. So she stays at an Airbnb on this like random city in the middle of nowhere, and the man who's renting the Airbnb's name is Calvin. Now Calvin rents out like a room in his Airbnb, so it's not like a full house, it's just a cabin, or it's just a room. So as time goes on, we learn that he's kind of weird. He's into some weird things. There's like a girl that's missing locally that he's just kind of sketchy about. People in town are really sketchy. Basically, her car stops working, so she's like, I guess I have to stay here until my car gets fixed. And he's like, oh, well, don't worry. If you need to stay longer than your original plan, that's fine. He starts to kind of fall in love with her, but we notice that the love is not really love. It's more like an obsession. Like he doesn't want her to leave. Like he wakes up and she's like out for a run and he panics thinking that she like left him, but like they're not even together, and they kind of like start getting together a little bit, but like not really. We really don't know much about her like life other than the fact that she works in the city. As time goes on, we learn that Calvin has some really dark secrets, and he has this terrible crush on Grace, and Grace is like keeping a boundary, but Calvin keeps pushing his boundary more and more with her. So finally she's like starting to give in a little bit. And I don't want to spoil the ending because the ending is really good. I recommend it to anyone. The book had a lot of bad and negative reviews on it, and I decided to ignore them and continue reading because I don't know why this book gets hated on. I genuinely don't. Like, I loved how the ending wrapped up. I understand that there are some cringy parts, but guys, it's literally a psychological thriller, like with a love story of obsession. It's not a new concept. So there's going to obviously when people are like, oh, it's cringy. It's not cringy. You've seen it before, but there's only so many paths you can, whatever. I also learned that a lot of people DNF this book, which I want people to fully make up their minds before they leave a negative review on DNFs. That's just my personal opinion. Like I have DNF'd a lot of books and I don't ever review them until I actually finish the book. Even if I sit down and finish it and I'm like, wow, I hated this more than I expected, then I make my thought of I hated this more. But this ending had me really excited and was something that I really did not see coming. And it made me kind of question the entire book, and I really want to like read it over from knowing the end. And I really wish there was a second one because this book does kind of end not on a cliffhanger, but it ends on a story where it's like, wow, it could happen again. And I want to know why it happened the first time. I want to know the backstory of it. I want to know everything. I was obsessed with this book. That is why this book is our first 5 out of 5 for this week. Honestly, loved it. If you didn't, maybe if you didn't finish it, if you DNF'd it, go back and reread it. Personally, this book was amazing, spectacular. I'm super happy bringing it into 2025 with me, and I recommend this book to every person I've met. With that being said, that's it for this book. All week, 5-star books, super excited. I know last year we got off on a little rocky part in October. For those that don't know, I have a full-time job. Book reviewing is not my full-time job. I wish it was, but it's not. And I, right towards the end of October, going into the holiday season, I got extremely busy. That's the busy part of my job. So I apologize if there weren't a lot of book reviews last couple months of last year. Now that I'm into my role, I really understand when I'm going to be the busiest. So that's why I'm trying to get stuff ahead of time, and hopefully I'll have the holidays done by August this year. But yes, that is it. And until next time, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps you have so much more than you could possibly even think. And until, well, I guess tomorrow, but until next time, bye!